So, that brings us to this morning. We are beginning a month of peace. We're going to talk about peace for an entire month. Oh, yay. Oh. How does that feel when I say that?
Far out, man.
When you speak of peace, for most people it's not the most exciting idea that they have. However, I think that we do not know how to live it, do we?
No.
So probably warrants a little bit of exploration, don't you think?
Sure.
All right. Peace is what we want, isn't it?
Yes.
Ultimately, we all want peace. So when we look at peace, most people do think of peace as a ceasefire or an absence of conflict. That's how we've typically defined it, a ceasefire or absence of conflict. We think of it as what happens after the war, the conflict, or the exertion. But peace cannot be a byproduct of these activities. What you put out returns to you. If you are in a warlike or conflicting state, and you cease to conflict, what's going to return to you? Conflict, because that is what you put out. We have to shift our energy within, so peace is not a byproduct of a ceasefire. We're still in war consciousness. We've just decided not to fight for a minute. We also think of peace as a state of being. Oh, don't we love that? When we're in peace, we're sitting in bliss. Oh, we're in bliss. Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. And we think, oh, thank God I get some peace. I get to be in the ebb of the flow. Instead of flowing and exerting and doing my stuff, I get to do nothing. And so now I define that as peace. This beautiful space where I do nothing, nothing is asked of me, and I have no responsibility. Understand?
Yeah.
That's not peace either. Okay. All right. We look at the world this way. We look at both of those definitions. But I want to give us a new idea of what peace is. Okay, a new definition. Ready?
Yes.
Getting excited now?
Yeah.
Something new and different? Chapter 76 in the Aquarian Gospel. Jesus has grown up and he's traveling back home. Jesus went to Bethlehem and many people followed him. Where was he born? Thank you. Pop quiz there. He found the shepherd's home where he was cradled when a babe, and there he stayed. He went up the hills where more than 30 years before the shepherds watched their flocks and heard the messenger of peace exclaim, "At midnight in a cave in Bethlehem the Prince of Peace is born." The shepherds were still there, the sheep still fed upon the hills, and in the valley near, great flocks of snow-white doves were flying to and fro. And when the shepherds knew that Jesus, whom people called the King, had come, they came from near and far to hear him speak. And he said to them, "Behold the life of innocence and peace. White is the symbol of virtuous and pure, and the lamb innocent, the dove peace. And it was right that love should come in human form amid such scenes as these." And then he goes on to say Abraham walked this very vale. Melchizedek, the King of Peace, walked that space as well. And once again, the Prince of Peace has come. He is clothed in light, lives in truth, lives in faith. And then the hills again of Bethlehem were clothed with light, and the messenger exclaimed, "Peace, peace on earth, goodwill to men." Could you feel the peace as I read that? Could you see the doves flying and the sheep and the shepherds? Beautiful scene of peace. But is it idle? Is there motion and movement? Are there things happening? There is harmony occurring. Everything is moving in a beautiful space, doing what it needs to do in harmony with the whole. The birds aren't fighting each other. The sheep aren't fighting each other. Everything is doing what it needs to do in harmony with the whole. What I would like to convey to us, and what Spirit has conveyed to me, is peace is neither a state of being, nor is it a byproduct, but it is a method of relating. Peace is relating. How do you relate to something? Can you think of that as a verb? Peace, relating. It's not idle, it's not static, it is in motion. And it is all about walking in harmony with life. Peace. Peace is a choice. How I choose to relate to you, how I choose to relate to my job. The law of order, and when you hit our metaphysics class in the higher education program, the seminary program, you'll learn all these beautiful laws. The law of order is, if allowed to be, everything will find its right and perfect place working in harmony with the whole. If allowed to be. And we think of divine order as perfect timing, but it's also perfect placement. Perfect placement in the whole, for the perfect activity, for the perfect timing, for the perfect energy where you can share yourself and harmonize with the energy and the people around you. Flowing in harmony. So peace is a choice to live in harmony with the world around us. And harmony is all about co-creating, recognizing someone's value, cooperating, and integration. Integrating what I choose to share, what you choose to share, to create something bigger and better. These are simple principles, yes? Are you feeling they would be something you could do? All right. Can you imagine relating to people where you do not change who you are, but you share your goodness and you receive their goodness? But you don't change who you are. That is harmony. Are y'all with me? You don't change who you are. You share your goodness and they share your goodness back. Or you share it there and the whole brings it back to you over here. Harmonious. Beautiful, beautiful symmetry of life. You know, when we think about the term peace, there's the real famous scripture, we just studied it in our seminary class yesterday. It's in Philippians. It's the peace of God that passes all understanding shall keep your hearts and minds. And we talk about the peace of God that passes understanding, right? You all have felt it, haven't you? It's that moment where you are so connected with that Spirit of God. And you're so lifted. And we think that we've just surrendered to the energy. But the reality is we've just come into relationship with God. We have allowed who we are to become one with and relate and feel this energy of God love. So some of us think that we're surrendering who we are in that moment, but we're actually taking our light to the greater. And the greater becomes us and we become Him. Does this make sense? So simple and so easy, right? In Jesus, Teacher and Healer, it says, perhaps in meditation you have experienced, if only for a flash, an awareness of God and the peace that floods your mind and your being with light. That you have touched the real I which dwells within and which is at one with God. You are illumined by that flame which is a part of the great light. You may not be able to sustain it in such a moment of illumination, but having touched it, you've accomplished much. Take a breath. The way is to be still. We cannot emphasize too strongly the importance of trying to make this contact, for it will help you forward in life and in those other lives on earth which lie ahead. So when we have that moment where we're connecting with God and we feel that awesome oneness, the peace that passes understanding, I am relating in a way I have no formula for. And yet what happens when you open your eyes? Whose will are you in now? You're in your own. You're not a puppet to God. You haven't lost yourself. God hasn't taken your life now and you don't exist anymore. God says, oh, thanks for visiting. Now go back. Take your light. Go do something. Go co-create. Go be in the world. Be my divine child. Take a moment to relate to me. But now, go do. Do you see? Relationship. All right. Everybody in the aquarium was doing their job. The little lambs were doing their job, you know. When we think about our bodies, think about your body for a minute. If everything were allowed to be what it needs to be, would your body physical not be the most harmonious space that you could think of? I mean, everything that functions in your body that you take no thought about is functioning in harmony. We don't have cells breaking down something over here and going, hey, don't send that to the heart. Send that down to the leg. We're mad at the heart today. You know? Seriously. We don't have conflict and competition going on. They break it down. They send it out. It's harmony, harmony, harmony. Everything that's going on in our biochemical event is harmonious for the sustaining of our life in our vehicle. Take one breath in, one breath out. Your breath in is totally different than your breath out. Your breath in, how simple was your breath in? Yet it took something into your body that's going to be major for letting you sustain. And we take no thought about it. We live in a miracle of harmony. Even when it breaks down, you know, the digestion has to break down that stuff. Okay. So we could step back and go, oh, bad digestion, breaking stuff down. But we need that, don't we? And in our world, don't some people have jobs where they crack rocks up to make sand or something? There's a time and place for every gift and every opportunity. Now, if you had your body breaking down everything, we are out of harmony. If we had some crazy guy running around breaking down all the rocks in the world, we're out of harmony. You see? But if left to our own devices, we live in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful body that will harmonize for our sustenance. And if our body is designed to do that, is not the world around us designed to do the same thing? Nature itself, doesn't nature itself work to harmonize with us? Work to harmonize to sustain us? And every time we of our own creative, ingenious, seek to do something that's quite interesting, like blast bombs under the earth or something interesting, what does the earth do? She doesn't come and kill all those creatures that are doing that. She seeks to balance, to sustain the life of the creatures that are doing that. Let me absorb some of that negativity over here so we can kind of make it okay, because it is about sustaining life. So if we can own that we are of ourselves a harmonious event, and we can accept that the Mother Earth is a harmonious space for us to live in. Whoa! Would that not change how you approach your life? How many of us wake up every day going, what conflict is there for me now? Oh, I've got to go do this. I've got to go push somebody's button. Oh, Lord, I don't want to talk to them. You know? And it's the antithesis of our natural being. It's the antithesis of the space that we live in. We just have been thinking wrong. We've been thinking peace is this great thing that we're going to get one day. One day when it's all over. One day when the battle's done. We'll have peace. We'll go up and have peace with God in heaven. One day. You will never have peace until you live it today. And we will never have peace in a world until we have peace within ourselves. As within, so without. As above, so below. We are all one. If there is conflict in my life, and let me tell you, I have conflict in my life. And sometimes I'm right up there with as my aunt would say, I go get my fighting britches on. I asked her what that meant. I had no idea. But back in the day, you only had good britches, and then you had fighting britches that you did good. And there are times that I'll go get them on and say, okay, duke it up. I'm going to make my point. What if we started to look at life and choose to relate to that situation in peace instead of conflict? How would we react to that differently? How would we act with it instead of react to it? How would we act with it? Peace. I want to peacefully, not peace out, but peacefully share and peacefully harmonize with what has come to me, because in fact I have called it forth. Let me take full responsibility that the conflict is before me for some reason. Some reason within me, something in my body, mind, spirit, thoughts is not harmonious right now. And darn it, I hate when you come and show me. I hate it when you stand before me and you have conflict to show me that I am out of balance within myself. I don't like it. But how would I feel if I immediately said, peace within me, harmonize within me, Cindy, it's okay. Whatever's bothering you, it's okay. Pat my back, give myself a hug, whatever I need to do. And now, how can I harmonize peacefully with you? When I have this idea of this beautiful way of harmonizing, there are people who I can think of, even in this moment, who would stand before me with their hands on their hips and say, I do not want to harmonize that person. I want to have the right to bear conflict. I have the right to bear arms. I have the right to bear conflict. And I'm going to keep that right. Ask yourself, do you want your light diminished or do you want your light to shine? When we harmonize, we are taking our light and we're shining it in the world. When we go into conflict, we are diminishing our light because what has become more important? The person or thing or thought we're in conflict with. And I know that all too well. The minute I worry about anybody, where is my mind? It's off of me. And do they want me to even have an opinion of their lives? Collectively? No. Thank you. No, you do not want me to be worried about you. You do not want me to have an opinion of you. You want me to stay on my path so that if you need me, I'm here. I need to go talk to Cindy. I'm here. You don't need me carrying you when you're working on your stuff. You need to be working on your stuff. See? Next time you have that idea, I don't want to be harmonious with someone, step back and just breathe for a minute and look at it. Everybody with me so far? All right. Okay. Okay. The benefits of peace. The benefits of peace. In energy, when you are in conflict, your energy flow. You know you're an energy being. You know people feel you when you walk into a room. Everyone say, I know that. Yeah. They feel where you are. They feel if you're uptight. They feel, okay, gonna stay over here. Oh, hey, give me a hug. They feel it. When you are in conflict about anything, your vibe, your energy becomes short and sharp. The frequency, whether you're mad at me or not, doesn't matter, but you're short and sharp. When you're harmonious and letting your light shine, you're flowy. Energy just flows out, and everybody goes, oh, sweet. When you are in conflict about anything, you become intense. When you're in harmony, the connection is gentle. The connection with the room is gentle. The connection with the people is gentle. When you're in conflict, the connection with the room is tense, and people is tense. And people love intensity. Oh, we love that. So, if you're upset about something, you may have a whole flock of people come to you. Oh, what's happening? Let's figure it out, because they want to help you, and that's okay. That's okay. But for us to be good stewards, think of the value of harmony and the value of conflict. Conflict, again, what does it do to your light? Diminishes it. Harmony allows you to express. All right. When we think internal, what promotes health? Harmony. Thank you, Patrick. What opens the door to conflict within your body? Conflict. All right. When we're having conflict with people, it could actually create a physical energy. When you're in conflict with someone and you're just so riled, your whole body, the first thing it does, it goes fight or flight. It goes the adrenals kick in. Okay, all right, what do we do? We're getting ready to fight. Okay, we're going to fight. And then you sit and you stew. No, I'm not ready to lash out yet. Well, you've got your whole army ready. They're armed. What are they going to do? They're going to start attacking something. So they start attacking something in you. Oh, let's go find something to fight. Autoimmune diseases, where the body fights itself, is one of the most just epidemic. It's becoming epidemic in our country. It was never heard of when I was a peace-seeking young child. We can't stay in those states because it causes internal situations as well. All right. Harmony, you bring your light, you don't dim your light. So they were, when I was speaking with Spirit this morning, they were showing me something that I thought was really cute, because they were showing me, and I just think I'm quite funny. So I wanted to give you an example that can give you something maybe to think about harmony. How do I harmonize my light? How do I harmonize? How do I harmonize? And they said, you know, like some singers have 3 octaves. I had to verify that with the IQ singers this morning. Like I have 4 octaves of energy. That's cool. I have 4 octaves of energy, which means, am I capable of harmonizing on many levels? Oh, awesome. Yes. I can go low, I can go high, I can harmonize. So I can harmonize and bring my light with anyone who loves to go shopping for shoes. I am with you. I love, Pisces loves shopping for shoes. Love shopping, period. But I can really harmonize my light with that. I can actually harmonize my light with someone who wants me to pray with them. And I love it. And I love it. But what if I took the one who was praying with me and said, now you have to go shoe shopping with me? Yeah, there was a look of horror on faces. But do you see? Even though we have such a variety of wonderful talents and skills, we need to harmonize with those who are willing to receive that and not try to force harmony with someone who is not. And you know, you can have many, many, many people that you relate to on many, many different levels. And it can change and shift and flow. But we need to be aware of what feels like harmony. Like if you're praying with someone and you say to them, let's go shopping for shoes, and you see the look of horror on their face, don't go. This is not harmony. This is conflict. This is, oh please. Have you ever asked somebody to do something you love dearly? Hey, would you like to da-da? And you see them go, It's a little step back, that's the telltale sign. Let me be with that, let me think about that. Well, you know they don't want to go. And then what do you say? Oh, come on, it'll be fun. Oh, come on, I have fun with you. I'll make it worth your while. Come on, come on, come on. Is that harmony? Do you see good intentions in giving our gifts, even though I'm really good at it, may not be harmonious in that moment? Peace. If we look at peace as a way of relating, peace gives us the capacity to allow someone else to be who they are. It does not hurt my feelings now that you will not shoe shop with me, because I'm at peace with you. Do you see peace? I'm at peace. You bring your light, I bring mine, we'll flow, and I might flow over there, you flow over here. But there's no expectation that either of us has to fulfill the other, because we are simply living a relationship built on peace. Isn't that kind of a new way to look at it? All right. The peace within me, if I can start relating to myself peacefully, then when I see opportunities, I do not go immediately to burden in my mind. And yes, you can say you don't, but you do. When an opportunity comes, the first thing you do is go through the list of what it's going to cost me. Instead of, oh my God, I can't wait to do that, I can't wait to see how God's going to bring it to me. When you start counting down, oh Lord, what is this going to entail? You also, when you start to grow, and you're starting to feel yourself get bigger and change, do you not want to get bigger and change? Yeah. Do you realize that your brain automatically translates that into struggle? Oh God, it's not easy anymore. Oh Lord, I'm struggling now. Because we are not living with peace. If I'm in peace and I go, wow, I feel a little odd today. Well, see what's happening. I might be changing. Yay! Because I can only get better. I mean, I've already done the other part. I'm on the other swing. I'm exploring what life could be like if I was harmonious with everybody. You know? If you didn't have opportunities for growth, you wouldn't be able to sharpen your skills. If someone didn't stand before you and say, what are you doing? And you didn't say, well, I'm doing exactly what I need to do. And feel good about it. Feel good when you say it. If you don't say it ever, you'll never own it. Growth can be done in peace. The other thing that was brought that I wanted to share with you is when we live the world of peace and we are walking in harmony with ourselves and others, the act of release is equally as strong. We have to pass by, walk by, and let go. If it does not harmonize with us, we let it go and we walk by. Do you understand? We don't resent. You know, resentment, I resent something, I am resending the same energy that I did not like. If you're holding resentment, you are holding the energy you did not like and resending it. But release, harmony, release. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. We have to release. We have to release and keep going on our path, in our will, in our space, and living in peace with one another, living in peace with self. Just living in peace with self. All right. In Jesus Teacher Healer, I just want to share one more thing. This is on my page 95. Be ye perfect even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Does he not have a peaceful relationship with all of us? Is that God's relationship based on peace? Then it says, God is the creator of all life. He is in you, and you have the power within you to create. Your goal is the creation of the perfect life on earth. Let me read that again. Your goal is the creation of perfect life on earth through the realization of the perfectness of your spirit, which is one with the Father. Peace. Okay. What we have talked about today, I'm hoping, is creating a brand new file in your brain where you now have a way to relate differently. And I am hoping that that file has all sorts of embellishments on it. Colors, maybe some ribbons, maybe some bells, so that the next time someone stands before you in conflict, that file will open with loud noises. Wait, you created this. Okay, breathe. There is another way. We can go peace. We can find peace here. And just let the file open. No one can tell you what you need to do. No one can tell you what gift you need to give. But the file can open so you can access and begin to think differently. Maybe I could do this just a little differently. Maybe if peace is about harmonizing, me sharing the best I have, maybe in this situation I can't. So let me just take a break for a second. Feel myself, harmonize with myself, think harmony, and then think peace. Peace is a way of life. When I say peace be unto you, I am saying I am going to relate with you in peace. Ready? Let's go with it. Take a deep breath. Feel that beautiful, beautiful light of God pouring over you. I want you to see a column of light that surrounds you. And just become aware of what color it is. Let it just engulf you so it's just you. You're not aware of anybody else in the room. And I want you to feel the presence of Jesus Christ stepping into your column. I want you to feel as he takes your hand and just holds it for a moment and looks you in the eye. Hear as he says the word peace to you. As you hear the word, feel the desire within his heart for only harmony, love, and support for you. Feel a beautiful energy come from him that seeks to sustain you in life, to support you. And as you feel that beautiful love of God, feel it harmonizing the very cells of your body. Let your focus go to your heart. And I want you to become aware of the anxiousness that you have there. Anxiety about things that you perceive. Could be material, it could be a relationship, it could be whatever you're anxious about, taking your next breath. And we all have it. Just find it. And imagine that you can just feel this anxious energy and you can see it in front of you. And I want you to speak to it in your heart and say peace. God loves me and I love me. Peace. The universe supports us, nature supports us, and I support us. And now feel your beautiful intention to be the child of God. Feel that beautiful intention to shine your light and share that light with the anxiety. Just share your light with that energy. Peace. Did you feel it abate? Did you feel it get smaller? For most of you, it will have gone away. Because it is just a perception. Back on your heart, feel the energy. I choose to share my light on every level in harmony with the whole. Allow your focus now to come back to Jesus Christ, who stands with you, still holding your hand. And look him in the eye and say in your heart, I choose peace with my spirit. I choose to walk in peace with God. Feel the love filling you. And feel that unity with the Christ. Let your focus gently come back to your chair. Father, Mother God, we ask to be lifted into that higher realm. We ask to see with eyes of wisdom and love. Let us go forth this week, experimenting, trying to remember we can live in a world of peace. And it begins within our hearts. Take a breath before you open your eyes. Find your file. Everybody find your file. When you got it, say okay. Okay. Now make it something different. If there's not enough color on it, if you need to add a cowbell to it, fix your file. And say, thank you, God. Thank you. Just gently open your eyes. How we feel? You ready to do a new life? Yeah. New way? Yeah. All right.